Young and the Restless. Phyllis's daring plot twist and Victor betrayal unleashed. Chaos reigns. This week, we've got Phyllis trotting out to the new ranch house to meet with Victor, and she tells him she has an offer he can't refuse. Phyllis tells Victor she stole Kane Ashby's, Billy Flynn, AI program and will let him have it on one condition. He can't resist what Phyllis is offering, and he agrees. After meeting with Phyllis, Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, are over at the new ranch to see Victor. He tells them they can't tell anybody, but Phyllis had a falling out with Kane and stole the AI and offered it to him. Young and the Restless. Victor takes the deal. So, Victor explains to Adam and Chelsea that he's going to use it to take over Jabot, and then Phyllis is going to get Jabot as her payment. Victor says that was the price she demanded, and he seems fine giving it to Phyllis rather than destroying it. Victor says that he never actually wanted to destroy Jabot. He just wanted to destroy Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman. And him losing Jabot to Phyllis would actually destroy Jack. There's no lie there. Victor tells Adam and Chelsea that Phyllis doesn't want to get her hands dirty, so Victor agreed to do it, and it's a win-win. Of course, Victor's happy to do that. He sees Jack miserable, and Phyllis gets what she says she wants. Is Phyllis secretly plotting to double-cross Victor? However, I think she may be outsmarting Victor. Phyllis may have a twisted blind side coming that Victor won't see at all. Here's what I think might happen in the end. I think Phyllis misleads Victor into thinking the AI program is aimed at Jabot, but in fact, Phyllis might have set it up so it's really aimed at Newman Enterprises. I think Phyllis is kind of jangling keys to distract Victor while she sneaks up to stab him in the back on Young and the Restless. Phyllis may have Victor convinced she despises Jack because he chose Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, over her, and that Phyllis is also mad at Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, for choosing Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, as part of her anger because he dumped Summer Newman, Allison Lanier. There's plenty of motive that Victor can see when Phyllis explains that she wants to take Jabot away to punish Jack and Kyle and mess with John Abbott's, formerly Jerry Douglas, legacy to also hurt Billy. Why Phyllis's true target is Newman Enterprises, not Jabot. The thing is, I don't think Phyllis really wants Jabot. First of all, she knows her daughter Summer would hate her for taking it. Summer's company, Marchetti, is part of Jabot. Not to mention, Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, would hate Phyllis too if she took over Jabot and screwed up things for Summer at Marchetti. Phyllis's son, Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziade, might also walk away from her for hurting his sister and friends of the family. Plus, there's the fact that Phyllis doesn't actually hate Jack. She dislikes Diane, but their rivalry is pretty low-key and bland at this point. Also, I really don't think Phyllis would take Jack's family legacy away from him and away from Harrison Locke, Redding Munsell, who is Phyllis's grandson. However, Victor is a whole other issue. He is someone that Phyllis truly hates and will always loathe for very, very good reason. Victor's the one Phyllis really wants to destroy. And she wants revenge for a lot of things he's done in the past. I think Phyllis stole the AI from Kane with a specific plan to target Victor. Do you remember when Kane was telling Phyllis about the AI program and his plans to take over everything in Genoa City? From the get-go, she told Kane she wanted to crush Newman, take it over, and she wanted Victor working for her. She wanted to see him crawl. I don't see Phyllis doing a 180 on that and deciding to crush Jack instead. The masterful deception. Using the Abbotts to distract Victor. I think Phyllis went to Victor and told him she stole the AI for a couple of reasons. First, Phyllis knows Victor would find out about it anyway. Genoa City is a small town, and word would spread that Kane lost control of the AI. I mean, she just stole it, and already Jack and Diane know thanks to Kane. So that's part of why I think Phyllis approached Victor. She came to him to cut a deal and make him think he was getting something good from her, and then repaying Phyllis with something that Victor doesn't even consider valuable, which is Jabot. I think this is all part of a plot. I think Kane played right into Phyllis's hands because Kane did what Phyllis expected, and he ran to Jack and Diane to warn them. So, Victor's going to see Jabot reacting, and he's going to think Phyllis is really doing it, and that's why the Abbotts are scrambling. They're getting up their defenses, but Victor may assume it's because the attack actually happened. Plus, with Jack calling Billy to come to the mansion and then Jack calling Kyle, saying he needs to leave Los Angeles and get home ASAP, that'll even further substantiate it. He will think, oh, Phyllis is really doing this thing. So, Victor's going to see the Abbotts panicking and worried that Jabot is about to be taken over. He'll see Jack, Billy, Diane, and Kyle all on the defensive. The Trojan horse. How Phyllis plans to take down Newman. Victor's guard will be down because he'll be so busy thinking about how great it's going to be when he finally destroys Jack that Victor may not notice the Trojan horse that he led into his life. Because don't forget, Phyllis is supposedly a brilliant hacker. She stole the AI, and I'm sure she's capable of using it and even modifying it. The thing is, it's already set up to be used in a very weird way. To Victor, it should look like the program is targeting Jabot, but maybe it's dismantling Newman Enterprises instead. If you remember, Kane had a backdoor thing built into the AI. Kane was going to let Billy use the AI and do his dirty work and target companies in Genoa City. But Kane said that he would be the one who would secretly be controlling the AI, and Billy would only think he was in control. Genoa City were quiet that morning, but the silence was deceptive, just like Phyllis Summers' smile. Behind the walls of the Grand Phoenix, she was crafting a plan so dangerous, so unpredictable, that even Victor Newman himself might not see it coming. And when Phyllis had that look in her eye, the one that screamed revenge with style, you knew someone was about to pay the price. It all started when Phyllis stumbled upon a hidden file in Tucker McCall's encrypted email chain. At first, she thought it was just another one of his shady business dealings. But when she decrypted it, she found something explosive. An exchange between Victor Newman and Tucker detailing a secret alliance. Victor had apparently promised to help Tucker acquire a controlling interest in Chancellor Winters in exchange for a piece of a European biotech firm. The move was meant to go unnoticed, but nothing got past Phyllis Summers. Not anymore. 4 months, she'd been clawing her way back from rock bottom. The fake death. The public humiliation. The fractured relationships with her children. It was all supposed to be behind her. But when Phyllis found Victor's fingerprints on yet another power play, she couldn't resist. It was time to make the great Victor Newman sweat. The setup. Phyllis didn't come out guns blazing. Not right away. She needed leverage, and she needed a stage. So she went to the one man who could appreciate both. Jack Abbott. Jack was sitting in his office at Jabot when she swept in, wearing her signature red power suit and that grin that always meant trouble. Phyllis, he sighed, rubbing his temples. If you're here to cause chaos, I'm begging you to save it for someone else today. Oh, Jackie boy, she purred, closing the door behind her. You might want to hear me out this time. I've got something that could make Victor Newman's empire crumble like day-old biscotti. Jack didn't believe her at first. He'd heard enough of Phyllis's wild claims over the years. But when she slid a flash drive across his desk, curiosity got the better of him. Within minutes, his expression changed from skepticism to shock. Are you telling me Victor's been working with Tucker McCall? Jack asked in disbelief. Bingo, Phyllis said, leaning back smugly. They've been pulling strings behind everyone's back. And guess what, Jack? They're about to get caught in their own web. I just need your help making sure the right people see this at the right time. Jack hesitated. He didn't like Victor. Never had. But he also knew going up against him was like poking a bear with a branding iron. Phyllis, you're playing with fire. This could backfire on you in a way you can't control. She smirked. Jack, when have I ever played safe? The betrayal unleashed. Meanwhile, Victor was busy tightening his grip on Newman Enterprises. He thought he had everyone where he wanted them. Nikki distracted with charity events, Nick busy with Sharon's latest crisis, and Victoria once again proving herself loyal to the family name. But what Victor didn't know was that the walls were closing in. Phyllis didn't just leak the file to Jack. She sent copies, anonymously, to both Adam and Lily Winters. It was a masterstroke. Adam saw it as a weapon against his father, and Lily viewed it as a betrayal of her company's trust. Within hours, the scandal spread through the corporate grapevine like wildfire. When Victor stormed into his office that afternoon, the atmosphere was tense. Victoria was pacing, Nick was fuming, and Adam was leaning against the desk, arms crossed, wearing that trademark smirk. Dad, Adam said coolly, care to explain why you're secretly helping Tucker McCall undermine Chancellor Winters? Victor's face darkened. What the hell are you talking about? Victoria stepped in, holding up her tablet with the leaked email on the screen. This was sent to me an hour ago. Is it true? Victor read it once and immediately knew. Someone had set him up. His jaw clenched. This is a fabrication. But Nick wasn't convinced. It's your account, Dad. Your words. You've gone too far this time. The tension was electric. For once, the great Victor Newman didn't have an immediate answer. Phyllis's triumph, and fallout. Across town, Phyllis sipped a martini at society, watching the chaos unfold through her phone notifications. Jack texted her a single line. "It's out. You did it." She smiled. "Of course I did." But even Phyllis underestimated the fallout. Tucker, realizing he'd been exposed, decided to turn the tables. He called a press conference and claimed Phyllis Summers had hacked confidential company servers and planted evidence to frame Victor. The narrative flipped overnight. Suddenly, Phyllis was once again painted as the villain. Jack tried to defend her, but the damage was done. Victor seized the opportunity, appearing publicly to denounce both Tucker and Phyllis. "There are forces in this town," he declared, "who would rather burn everything down than see success built on integrity." Phyllis fumed. "Integrity? That man blackmails his own children," she shouted to anyone who'd listen. Yet deep down, she knew she had gone too far this time. She had underestimated Victor's ability to rewrite the story in his favor. Chaos in Genoa City. The betrayal rippled through every corner of Genoa City. Lily was livid at Tucker for his double-dealing. Devon found himself caught in the middle once again. The Newman family fractured under the weight of suspicion. Adam reveling in it, Victoria torn between loyalty and outrage.